Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. This is a compilation video. It's just bits and pieces of different projects that I've been working on this weekend in between yard work and planning and all the other things that I've been doing. So there's no real continuity from one project to the next, just snippets. The Weider 8530 is supposed to have 2 risers for each one of the sets of weights. The one that I got didn't have them. So I'm making them up out of some 3/4 inch conduit. Now the front ones needed to be 70 inches long. The back ones need to be 68. I had a camera glitch, so I didn't get a chance to show you the cut, so I'm going to recut this. Just need a little oil on the rollers, not much. Then you tighten the wheel down, about a 1/4 turn each time. Cuts it off nice and clean. Any burrs are to the inside of the pipe. And you can take those out with a round file. Or by using the deburring tool that comes with the tubing cutter. A lot easier than cutting off with one of those hacksaws. These are tubing cutters. They're very similar. They work the same, but there's a couple of major differences. This one has a knife edge roller and a clamping screw, so that you can clamp this down onto the tubing, and as you bring it on around and tighten that further, it drives that knife edge into the tubing and cuts it. This one also has a knife edge roller and a clamp. And that's where the similarities end. This one is just a die-cast body with a V-notch in it. This one has 2 rollers riding on hardened steel bearings. What that does, the 2 rollers cradle the tubing so that as you tighten it up, it forces it on to the knife edge. But this reduces the friction dramatically. When you're cutting steel tubing, this one will gall up and it won't cut well because the forces applied are so much higher. This one works good on copper and aluminum tubing. You want to have one like this for cutting conduit. There's a larger version of this for cutting pipe. This one will cut thin wall conduit. If you try and cut pipe with it, you probably could cut it a few times, but you're going to just destroy the cutter. The other difference between the two is this one has the deburring tool on it and this one doesn't. This one came with it originally, but it's been removed. Also, somebody beat this one pretty badly, but they repaired it so that they could keep using it. They brazed a nut onto the crank so that they could use it as a handle. This one has the original die cast. That's the easy way to cut a piece of conduit. Doesn't work so well when you're trying to cut one against the wall, but doing it like this out in the open, easy. For these weight guides to work, they have to be bolted into the frame. Stands to reason. Well, one of the problems with trying to bolt it into the frame, there's no holes in the tubing that I'm using, so I have to put them in there. Before I can do that, I've got to put a prick punch mark on it. And when I looked at my automatic prick punch, the end had been mushed over. Time for sharpening. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.